Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Brooklyn's Life. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys makeup products that I would not repurchase. These are high-end products that cost a little bit of coin, and I just wanted to share my honest opinions, honest thoughts, and I would not recommend these products specifically. I know makeup isn't a one-size-fits-all. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa, but I just wanted to share some honest opinions in this little beauty community that I'm building here. So, if you're interested, make sure you subscribe and let's get started. Okay, starting off strong with a makeup product that cost quite a bit of money, and I honestly regret it a lot because I purchased this with my own money when I got my first job. Like it's been with me for a while, and this is the YSL primer. This retails for $56. Yes, you heard me, $56 USD for primer. I don't know what I was on when I got this. I truly don't know. But let me just go over a couple of reasons why I don't necessarily like this for me, my skin, and my makeup preferences. First thing is, obviously, when you look at the packaging, it has little gold specks in it. That's fine. I don't really have a problem with dewy, glowing makeup. I like that look sometimes. I'm more of like a natural finish, like not too glowy, not too matte, whatever the case. But I don't really like how the sparkles in here don't really dissolve into the skin. It's not, it kind of just sits on your face and then you have random sparkles everywhere. And it's like, you think that I would look at this product and realize, hey, there's sparkles. Maybe if you don't like sparkles all over your face, don't buy this. But I just assumed that it was, like just for pretty packaging and that it would just, glide onto the skin and you wouldn't have sparkles all over your face. Whatever the case may be, that might just be user error, customer error, and me not thinking. So it's supposed to be a lightweight makeup primer that's supposed to blur imperfections and smooth out the skin. That's what it says on here. It's obviously supposed to be, more of a radiant, glowy finish, which is fine. But I honestly don't notice much blurring. It's not really something that I'm a fan of. I like a lot of different primers. I'm a big fan of the putty primer, the e.l.f. one, and I think that does a better job of blurring the skin than this one. I don't want to be too harsh on this primer because I will still continue to use it. I have it, I own it, I bought it, I'm going to finish it. I'm just not a huge fan of the sparkles kind of sitting on my face, Like I do obviously love, if there's a little sparkle here, a little sparkle there, that's fine. But like sparkle in random areas, it's just not my favorite. But aside from that, I'm not necessarily in love with the formula. In my opinion, it leaves sort of like a oily film on your skin. And I understand that's to like smooth the skin and whatnot. I just don't notice that working. Like I don't necessarily get any blurring benefits or any smoothing benefits from this product. And it retails for $56. Like you'd think for $56, this is going to be amazing. It's okay. I've used better, but you live and you learn, and maybe this works really well for other people. Maybe you'll have better luck with this. Makeup isn't a one-size-fits-all. Maybe it'll work for you, but that's just my opinion. And there are a lot of YSL beauty products that I love, but I just can't get down with this. Yeah, let's move on. Next up on high-end makeup products that I would not recommend is this Iconic London liquid highlighter. This is honestly very much 2016 vibes. Like I honestly don't use highlighter anymore, and that's fine. It's, just a makeup preference that we all have. My issue with this product is it's $40. I understand like makeup costs a lot and blah 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 blah, but $40? No. And my problem with this is that even though it looks really cute in the bottle and whatnot, this isn't necessarily a shimmery, glowy highlight. This is a sparkle highlight. So a little goes a long way, and it's really hard to be precise with the applicator because it is like a dropper bottle. So I mainly have issues with the formula being way too sparkly, the price being $40. And, my main issues with this product is the price. It's $40. I think $40 is a little excessive. This might be really cute as like a body oil type thing. I might just repurpose it for that. And my issue with this is, again, the dropper bottle. It's really hard to get a precise application so you don't end up looking like a sparkly vampire. It might work for you if you love a glowy, sparkly base. Maybe you'll be a big fan of this. But for me personally, I wouldn't repurchase this for $40. but I don't use highlight anyway. So, you know, that could just be me, but not really gonna repurchase this. Not really in the mood for highlight anymore, but honestly, I might repurpose this as like a body oil. That might be fun. This next product is, I'm going to speak about it a little harshly because I just don't like this product and I feel scammed because I was told to get this at Sephora. You know, the girls were really recommending this to me. Honestly think like NARS was just the brand that they had to push at the time. But anyways, that's neither here nor there, but I feel really scammed by this blush because I didn't realize I should just return it. This was one, you know, cream blush was really starting to pick up. I thought, you know, what other brands than NARS to do a good cream blush? Because, you know, NARS blushes are iconic. They have beautiful products when it comes to blushes. I just don't really like this. This is the NARS Air Matte Blush. I really tried. Like, if you look at this, it's beat up because I really tried to like this, but I don't like it at all. It's called the Air Matte Blush, and it's air in here. There's something else in there. It's not pigmented at all, and I just can't stand that. You know? Okay, let's just, you know, dip my hand in here to kind of test it out. It's patchy. I don't really like the formula. It's not like a creamy, you know, like the Patrick Ta blushes or the One Size blushes. Those are creamy. This, it's a little patchy, but you know how like a little goes a long way with Rare Beauty, any of these cream blushes. I honestly don't feel that way with this NARS one, and it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. I really like the color. The shade is called Freedom. It's more like a pink. It's more of like a, you know, like a rosy pink. I love it. I think the color is beautiful. NARS does really good undertones. The blushes are beautiful, but this formula just isn't, you know, it isn't for me. I use my whole finger. You guys know Rare Beauty or any other blush, my hand would be covered. That's all the payoff I'm getting. It's not my favorite. And maybe if you love a really natural, really, really light-handed blush, maybe you'll like this. This, you could really sheer it out. If you want a really natural look that you barely have blush on, you'll like this. But me, I personally like a little pigment, and I didn't really get that with this. This is my opinion. I think a lot of people noticed, or a lot of people complained about this because it's not on the Sephora app anymore, so they took it off the app. Maybe they're trying to get rid of it because it's on sale. It was originally $30. It's on sale for $21, but $30 for this, I just don't really think it's worth it. I would not repurchase it. I would love to just finish this up, but every time I reach for it and use it, I regret it. That's just me. There are a million other beautiful NARS blushes. I love NARS blushes. I love the NARS foundation. There are a million things from NARS I love. This just wasn't it for me personally. Let's move on. I am not alone when I say I'm not going to repurchase the Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick, and it is just based on the price alone. A lot of people have sticker shock from this product because it's so tiny. I understand that it might be a great product. I love the shades. I think the shade works very well for me, and I like it. I like the product, but I can't justify the price for this amount of product. This is so little. This is 0.19 ounces. 0.19 ounces. It's really small. Like, just look at it in comparison to my face. It's really small. I do like the product. I think it blends out really nice and all of that. That's great. But this is $24. This is $24. I saw Milk posted that you get a lot of swipes out of it, and that may be the case, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. It feels really tiny. I do like the product though, but the sticker shock is just insane. Like $24 for this. I remember when I opened the box, I was so disappointed. I thought that I got the mini, and then I was like, oh wait, there's no mini. This is just the original size. I was shocked. It just doesn't sit well with me. That's it. And a lot of people feel the same way. I'm not alone in saying this. You know, go on TikTok. A lot of people are complaining about this. This is tiny. I will of course use it up. I think the formula is pretty good. I just don't like the size. It's so tiny. But if you're okay with the price and you don't mind, you know, if this doesn't bug you, you should be fine. This is a great product. I do like it. I use it. I don't use it as often, but I use it. I wouldn't recommend it just because it's price. The price and the size, it just bugs me. You know when something just irks you? This just irks me. But moving on. Next up on my list of things I would not repurchase, this is a lot more personal. This isn't specific to the product itself. I just want to speak broadly in general about this product, and that is eyeshadow palettes. I know eyeshadow palettes were all the rage in 2016, and I know a lot of people like this one. You know, this is a cutesy little throwback moment, the Too Faced palettes. Yeah, it still smells like chocolate in case you're wondering. But I'm not a fan of eyeshadow palettes anymore. And why? Why, you might ask? Because they are a little pricey, and there's just so many shades that go unused. It's so hard to use up every single shade in the palette because some of them are just, when you're designing a palette, you need your neutral, your transition shades, your pops of color, your shimmers, etc. Like, I understand that. Just realistically, looking at it, I'm never going to finish these, ever. Like, it's in my lifetime, I will never use every single shade. Like, I will never hit pan on every single eyeshadow. And that's just a tough pill for me to swallow because I do love makeup and I love the idea of eyeshadow palettes. I love looking at them. I love just observing the aesthetic of them. I love swatching them. I love the formulas and blah, 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 blah. We get it. We understand. But I just can't justify buying a large palette. Now I'm moving towards the idea of little quads. I really like that. I like that, there's a possibility of me finishing all of them in my lifetime, because I don't wear eyeshadow every day. I like the idea of little quads, but palettes like this, I have a drawer full of them. 2016 Brooklyn was buying a bunch of eyeshadow palettes. They're still sitting in a drawer. I rarely use them. And I just think it's just not worth it for me personally and my, makeup habits and whatnot. This palette in particular, I honestly haven't used it in forever. I'm just using it as like a demonstration type thing. But just observing this palette, I do really like the browns and I like the transition shades. But you see how there are so many... Sorry, I'm going to try to cover the mirror. But you see how there are so many pops of color? I'm never going to use that on a daily basis. Now, if you do, love that for you. I'm happy that you're in your colorful era. Truly love that for you. I do. But me personally, I don't use that every day. So they're just going to sit there. I'm never going to use them as often as I'd like to. And it just ends up being a waste. So eyeshadow palettes are out for me. Quads are in. I could do a little quad. I haven't bought one recently because I'm just trying to be realistic with my makeup spending and what am I truly going to use. And I don't truly use eyeshadow every day. That's for another day, but yeah, eyeshadow palettes are out for me. Sorry. If you're an eyeshadow lover, sorry. That's just how I feel. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the ramble about all these makeup products. I honestly could do a part 2 because I just don't like the idea of someone else spending money on these products and not being happy with them. I want to do something about it. So thanks for listening to this. Comment down below if there's anything that you would not repurchase so that I know what to look out for. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.